về cảm xúc trên khuôn mặt.
감정의 변화를 파악할 수 있습니다.
Và thông qua cái tính năng là tìm kiếm cũng như là thu thập những cái thông tin về sự biến đổi cảm xúc trên khuôn mặt.
시선 추적 동영상입니다.
Và đây là cái
감정을 인식한 다음에 눈동자가
lấy
움직이는
ví
것을
dụ về
체크해서
cái việc phân tích cái
앞에
sự chú ý, cái ánh mắt khi mà nhìn vào màn hình.
노란색은 센터이고 퍼플색은 오른쪽 그리고 이 민트 색깔은
Ở đây quý vị có thể
왼쪽입니다.
nhìn thấy ba cái vòng tròn màu vàng, màu hồng và màu xanh, thì cái màu vàng được coi là trọng tâm. Màu hồng thì sẽ là ở bên trái và màu xanh là bên phải.
네, 이렇게 간단히 저희 제품하고 시연을 보여드렸고요. 자세한 그 질의응답은 내일
Đó
3일차에
là
설명드리도록
những cái
하겠습니다.
giới thiệu cơ bản nhất về sản phẩm của chúng tôi, và những cái nội dung cụ thể hơn thì tôi sẽ giải đáp trong cái cuộc gặp ngày mai.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Kim, for your very interesting product. And now I would like to introduce Mr. Kwon Kyung-jin, Director of NKIA, to share with us about the #1 IT and IoT management solution vendor in Korea. Mr. Jin, please welcome. Excuse me, Mr. Jin, can you open?
지금 소리가 안 들립니다.
Yeah.
소리가 안 들려요. 볼륨 확인 부탁드리겠습니다.
하나 둘 들리시나요?
예, 잘 들립니다.
예, 시작하겠습니다. I'm sorry. I will start again. Yeah, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm William Zin of NKIA Corporation. I'm a director of strategy and planning. I'm also in charge of international business. I'm really happy to meet you in Vietnam, and it is very nice to proudly introduce my company, NKIA Corporation. NKIA is the #1 IT and IoT management solution vendor in Korea. NKIA is the pride of Korean software because we defeated the Goliath global vendor such as HP and IBM in Korea. Despite we are a tiny company than them. NKIA has over 180 professionals and over 2,000 of customers. NKIA was founded in 1999. It is a 22 years old company. NKIA has made only IT management solution. We call it master company. GS, NKIA acquired GS certification. GS means good software. GS is the authorized software quality certification by Korean government. It is very difficult to pass the test. Besides, NKIA won the President Prize of Korean Software Grand Prix and Excellence Award of Korean Software Quality Award. Especially, the President Prize is from the President of Korean government. The President Prize is given for only one company in a year. So it is a very big honor. For this reason, we call Enkia is the master company. Then I will show you the masterpieces of Enkia. By the RASI, I can categorize the Enkia solution in two categories. They are IT management solution and IoT management solution. There are some sub-solutions or functions for each category. From now on, I will tell you about the details. Polestar is the name for IT management solution category. Polestar is another name of Polaris or North Star. Polestar will show you the way how to operate and manage your complicated IT infrastructure and services. The first of IT management solution I will show you is integrated monitoring. Polestar can monitor server, network, database, WAS, applications, and services at the same time in a single screen. Polestar is modular architecture, so you can select and buy some modules when you need. For example, 10 for servers, 5 for networks, and 2 for databases. Using Polestar, you can monitor thousands of monitoring index. For example, CPU, memory, table space, response time, etc. As also, you can make your own monitoring index for some major process or role for your own program. You can set the period of data collection from 1 second to 10 minutes. It is near real time. Polestar is able to adapt for both private cloud and public cloud and rigorously at the same time. That means you can install Polestar to any system environment and means you can monitor any system environment. The second of IT management solution I will show you is process automation. Every system engineer does the system check for the first time in the beginning of one's morning. In my opinion, system check is just typing some commands and scripts on the monitor. The operation and management are all the same. Job of system operation and management is the endless repeat of typing exactly same commands or exactly same scripts one by one for every system. As also for server, network, database, WAS, they are all the same. Why are you doing exactly the same thing every day, every week, every month, every year? Are you sure it is only the right answer? Is it tired? Is it bored? Here, Polestar automation is my right answer. Polestar is able to execute some bundle of commands or scripts to your numerous management target system at the same time. What are you doing is one-to-one. Polestar automation does the same job you do by one to multi. Moreover, Polestar automation automatically makes the report after the job. Let me give you an example. Let's suppose a new security weakness is found for some specific patch version of Windows Server. So you need to find what server has a weakness and you must report the result to your boss only in 30 minutes. But the problem is you have 3,000 of Windows Server. What will you do? 3,000 of Windows Server. Do you have already the perfect list? Then you just process the list into proper report form. It is fortune. You'd better buy the Biedrotto. But if you do not have the perfect list, Polestar automation can solve your problem. In the real case of my customers, they did the same job only in 12 minutes. The customer is LG CNS. The next IT management solution is Polestar Dashboard and Polestar ITSM and Polestar ITAM. I will show you some sample dashboard. Please wait a minute. Yeah, this is the sample. And then Then okay. I will back to my presentation. First, the dashboard provides a powerful editing program and some ready-made components of graph and chart. So you can easily make the dashboard like that I show you now. Because the time is for me is too short, I will tell you just 3 points about first ITSM and ITAM. Integrated CMDB and AMDB, automated workflow, and inquiry wizard. The second solution category is IoT management. IOcean means the ocean of artificial intelligence and Internet of Things. IOcean is both good navigator and powerful engine. IOcean is able to interface, collect, and process big data from almost all IoT sensors and devices. As also, IOcean provides prediction and analysis function with AI. This is integrated monitoring system for electricity transmission and transformation. The customer is KEPCO. KEPCO is the Korean National Electricity Power Company. IOcean is able to monitor and analysis data from various electricity transmission and transformation facilities, and then detect an anomaly and predict when the fault would be happened in the near future with AI. After this system, KEPCO can avoid the post-management after fault, and they are able to solve ineffectiveness by scheduled shutdown. As also, the customer can forecast the quantity of energy production and provide optimum control method. The next IOcean case is real-time monitoring and predictive maintenance for wire off. This system is made for Doosan Heavy Industries and Construction. Doosan is one of the largest ships making company in the world. Doosan has hundreds of huge carrier cranes. The wire off was their painful mosquito. The story is like this. Every crane lifts up the things using wire off. The problem is no one knows when the wire off will be broken. If the wire off is broken, it is a big accident. Some workers could be dead, and the things and the facilities could be broken. Besides, all the production process will be stopped until a new wire off will be installed. The opportunity cost during they cannot make a ship is a lot huger than we expect. Wire off is made of tens of or hundreds of thin steel wires. Enkya developed and manufactured leakage probe sensor by Enkya's own design. Using the Enkya's original sensor, we can detect abnormal status of wire off, such like breaking, corrosion, and diameter reduction. Moreover, IOcean is able to forecast the remaining life of wire off with AI. Doosan did regular check for wire off every 2 years, and they did change whole wire off every 5 years, despite there is no sign of trouble. It is better than an accident. After IOcean, they can know when the problem will be happened, and they can do a scheduled shutdown. The last solution that I will show you is monitoring and control system for facilities in golf course. There are many and various facilities in golf course, lights and lightning towers, for fountains, sprinklers, pumps. If the customer wants to power on or power off some facilities, they should go to the control room, and they cannot know at all how it works, the control room. If you want to know how it works, you must set the CCTV systems for all facilities, or you must go in front of the facilities. After IOcean, the customer can control any facilities in golf course with their own smartphone, and they can know how it works in real time. These are Enkia's just parts of major customers. NIRS and DIDC is the largest government IDC in Korea. KB, Shinhan, Uri, they are number 1 to 3 banking company in Korea. As the brother company of KakaoTalk, Kakao Bank is the most rising investment in internet-only bank. Besides most of banks, many of stock companies, insurance companies, credit card companies in Korea, they are all Enkia's customer. POSCO, LG, Lotte, CJ, Shinsegae, they are very big company group. They have tens or hundreds of sub-companies, as well as have own data center for the companies in the group. These many data centers are all the customers of Enkia. KEPCO, KTX, Seoul Metro, New Airport Highway, they are using Polestar and iOcean to monitor and control their various facilities. Enkia already has some customers in Vietnam, both Haichen, Tung Cuc Due, VMPTNet, Mobifone. They are Enkia's customers for several years. Enkia entered in Vietnam market for several years ago, as also Enkia has some good references and good customers, but Enkia is still hungry. I need more strong partners in Vietnam. If I could meet them, we can make many more customers in Vietnam together. At this point, together is the most important word. Enkia thinks partners are the first. Enkia is the next. It means after the partners make money, then Enkia will make money. Enkia is the number 1 in Korea, but Enkia is not a powerful global vendor, just a small company in the world. I know exactly who I am. Enkia will not attempt too much. Please be my partner. Enkia will welcome you. If you have a question or if you want more, please send me an email here, wjin@enkia.co.kr. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chin, for your very interesting presentation. And I hope that after this meeting, we would have much more cooperation between Vietnamese and your company. And now, please move on. I would like to invite, Mr. Lee Yeon-ju, the direct manager from Genius. He would have the speech on Genius NIC approach to zero trust network security. Yes, please take the test, Mr. Lee.
Hello, can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Yeon-ju Lee in Genius. So I'm so very excited to join this show today and also be very appreciated taking your time for us. But I'm not going to take your many time for it. Just simply shortly introduce about the Genius company and Genius solution very shortly. Before I starting my presentation, I just wanted to come up with one concept. It is about the zero trust. If you or anyone who are involved in this cybersecurity, especially network and point cloud, how many members are joining in the cybersecurity industry in the Vietnam? If anybody here, could you please leave some any chat here? I really wanted to also Vietnam people who are involved in the cybersecurity. So for a few years, the cybersecurity, the concept of the zero trust was the key issue. So every time we make the new solution, the new risk, new cyber attacks come up here, right? So zero trust is a very hot issue, still the hot issue now. So today, my presentation topic is the Genius NAC approach to the zero trust network security. So I'm going to shortly introduce the Genius solution, how can cover up your network security with the concept of the zero trust. Let's take a look. Before I start my presentation, I wanted to talk about our business environment. Today, I just put this title as the business challenge. There are 4 challenges around us. First, BYOD, exclusive, very increasingly BYOD in the business network, which means that there are many types of the devices try to access your business, kind of just a PC or laptop or mobile cell phone or CCTV printer, all of the devices wanting to access your business network. And second, there are mixed up of your regular employee and your guest people working together in your business network, which means that they are cooperating, working together in the same network. And third, I think it's getting very ordinary. There is no more border of the working area. Like you can work in the office or you can work in out of the office, like the cafe, if there are only Wi-Fi, right? And also, this is the new concept because we are undergoing of the very critical, terrible COVID-19 currently. So under this pandemic, the new concept of the work from home is come up here. So I want to say that this kind of the business environment, like the challenge, definitely brought us of the very positive benefit, like the productivity and efficiency into our business. However, there are also cyber risk inside it. So I just brought up the two types of that. The first one is system hack. Imagine that if you are, your company, some devices which are non-compliant, such as no OS updated or no antivirus installed it or no cybersecurity solution inside it, and then these devices naturally access your business, and these devices may hack your system. And second is the data stolen. So as I said before, there are many cases working together, both your regular employee and staff together, but your guest tried to steal your data, like the intellectual property or some design or critical data like the customer. If there is no restriction, they can easily steal your very critical data. So Genius' conclusion is that nobody trusts until they are verifying before they access your business network. This is the same concept, same meaning of the zero trust network. So now you may wondering, okay, what is the Genius solution? Now I'm going to shortly introduce about what is the Genius solution. Genius solution is the Genius NAC. NAC is the network access control. So briefly, the Genius NAC function or role is that Genius NAC can only allow the devices which are very trust and which are very safe into your business network. So next slide, I'm going to shortly introduce what is the meaning of the trust and what is the meaning of the safe in the Genius NAC. The first concept, the first one is the trust in the Genius NAC. As you know, that there are many devices like the just a PC or cell phone or tablet or CCTV printer and some security server. They have their own IP, so they're also wanting to access your business critical network. But if you don't have a Genius NAC, all of the devices enabled to be accessed your inside of a network, but there are no guarantee who is the safe one, who is the trust one. But if you are installed or deployed of the Genius NAC into your business network, once to deploy the Genius NAC start to detect all of the devices. One example, if the one PC tried to access your business network, Genius NAC start to detect the PC plus providing its own in-depth of the information. We call the visibility. Like if the one device is like the PC is detected, and then Genius NAC provided this device's ID and IP, MAC, and also hardware specification, kind of the motherboard or CPU and disk and also OS, and plus, and also providing existing installed software and application. Plus, Genius NAC providing this device is authorized or not. So one example, if the one device is tried to access your business, but if it is not authorized yet, Genius NAC does not make these devices access your business. Instead, these devices automatically block and redirect to the some page, make the devices authentication. So after that, IT step enable finally know that this device's ID and password, and also find out this device is from your regular employee or just a temporary guest. This means about our trust in the Genius NAC. Second one is the safety in the Genius NAC. After the authentication, it is not the ending of that. So even these devices from your regular employee, for example, marketing team, the Steve, it is not enough. Genius NAC start to check if devices is still in safe. There are many criteria we can prove that the device is safe or not, but I choose one example like that. If devices and detected by Genius NAC, and Genius NAC check the several risks, like the first one, if the devices are already installed OS, and this OS is also latest one, and also if devices are installed of the antivirus, and also installed of the latest one. And also some company have their own criteria. Some certain software should be installed. We call it compliant, right? So if devices keep this compliant based on the company regulation, we checked all about that. And finally, Genius NAC decided, okay, this device is fully compliant or not full compliant. If the device is not compliant, Genius NAC also do not allow it to access your business inside it. So finally, Genius NAC monitor and enforce the devices before and during the business network. So only trust and safe devices enable to stay in your business critical network, secure your network. Next one is I'm going to shortly introduce the Genius company itself. Genius company is based on the South Korea company. We started the business over the 15 years because we established in the 2005. We have been over number one NAC vendor in the South Korea, and also we have listed in the one of the representative NAC vendor in the Gartner and also Frost Sullivan already. But more, I wanted to highlight it here that our reputation, because the Genius NAC has been acquired the customer in Korea in various fields of that, because such as the enterprise and also the finance and government and education hospital. So we cover the 85 and 90% of the NAC market in the South Korea. And in 2017, we have decided to enter in the global market. So our global business headquarters located in the San Francisco in the United States. And I'm working in the APEC country. So I'm staying in the Seoul in the Korea. So in the APEC sales team, we have already very remarkable and very running well of the official Genius partner. So we have a partner located in the Malaysia and Philippines and Indonesia and Thailand and Taiwan, but we have no partner yet of the Vietnam yet. So that's the reason I just ask you that if anyone who are involved in the cybersecurity, we're just wondering that how can you find the good player in the Vietnam? So there is many chance that we can talk on the later, maybe tomorrow. So if you just very interested about the NAC solution or Genius NAC, just feel free to connect to me. We can introduce about our solution and also learn about your company as well. I think it's a very good chance for it. And this is my last slide over today. So I think you may get a lot of information today, not only like the cybersecurity, but also many different types of the solution today. But after the speech, you may be messed up what is what and what I have to do choose that, but no worry about it. Just simply remember 3 things about that. Because if you are and your customer or and your company are trouble under the very trouble of number of the unmanaged devices, very stressful, but there are also a lot of guests who are trying to access your business and network, but you have no proper authentication method. You just keep in touch with me and just consult to us and contact to us. And me and my senior consultant definitely love to open and visit your company, and we give it a good guide way how to secure your inside of the network. So so this is the end of my presentation. So very appreciate your taking time, and thank you for watching. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Lee, for your presentation. So next, I would like to invite Miss Kate O from Art Data will deliver her speech on a real-time heterogeneous database replication solution asked for CDC. Miss Kate, please welcome.
Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, hello everyone. My name is Kato, and excuse me. Hello, my name is Kato, and I'm in charge of overseas sales and marketing in Art Data. I would like to thank you first for taking your time and being here today with me. I'll start right away. For today's webinar, I will briefly introduce our company and explain the concept and the architecture of Art for CDC. And I will explain the key features, demonstrate the use case that can be implemented through this product. Okay, let's start by introducing our company. Art Data, was founded in 2002 by Oracle database engineer under the company name DataBank Systems. At first, we mainly worked on Oracle technical support businesses. But by the time goes, we wanted to develop our own product and founded a research institute and launched a database replication solution. We began with Oracle to Oracle database replication solution, but due to the growing market share and the share in open source DBs and non-Oracle database, the demand for heterogeneous DB replication solution was increasing. So in 2017, we successfully developed Art for CDC, which I will talk about later, and were able to receive investments from investors and spun off as an independent corporation called Art Data in 2019. Before we move on, I want to briefly introduce our product. We provide 3 solutions. 2 of them, Art for CDC and Oracle, support DB replications, whereas Art for FR replicate files. To be specific, CDC, which I will talk about later, is for heterogeneous DB replication. On the other hand, Art for Oracle can be applied only to the replication between Oracle DBMS. And Art for FR is a file replication solution which replicate only the changed files in real time. So what is exactly the Art for CDC? As I said, Art for CDC is a real-time solution that replicates changed data of DBMS to various target DBMS. All databases have transaction log to recover data in case of DB crash. Although the name of transaction log may be different for each DB, they have the same purpose. The concept of Art for CDC is to extract the changed data from the transaction log when a transaction occurs in the operating system. Art for CDC analyzes the transaction log of the source DB, then convert the data into SQL to reflect it on the target DB. This is the basic architecture that shows how Art for CDC performs. Basically, Art for CDC consisted of replication engine with agents in the source and target system and a window-based manager. So this is how it works. First, when the transaction occurs, the extract process captures the committed data and save it into tracing file. And afterward, send process transmit the data which is stored in the tracing file to the target system. Next, the transaction data which transmitted by the send process is received by the receive process and save the data in the tracing file of the target system. And finally, by the post process, the saved transaction data is converted to the SQL conversion and applied to the target DB. And of course, all this process can be monitored and controlled through Manager. When we start the development of CDC, we references many features of our competitors. Of course, the good functions, we accept this, and we modified the architecture to solve the problems. One of the most known problems of other CDC products was the speed. Send process increased proportionally to the number of target systems during one-to-n replication and slow down the operating system. To solve this problem, what we did was adding the new architecture called middleware. And as a result, the source system just can deliver the data only once to the middleware. And then middleware can handle the burden of transmitting the data to multiple target servers in one-to-n replication. In this way, operating system could transfer the data to multiple servers without slowing down the speed. We provide monitoring tools for your convenience. There are two types of user interface, including command line interface and graphic user interface, as you can see in this picture. We also provide a GUI dashboard function so that user can check all the necessary information in one screen. Through a dashboard, you can check data consistency, status of replications, and system configuration. Well, as you know, the most important function of DB replication solution is to maintain data consistency. Well, in other words, the data of the source system and target DBs must match 100%. To implement this, ArcForce CDC provides a data validation function to verify data after replicating to the target server. Of course, we also provide both an CLI and GUI type management tool. The manager also supports the mobile application, with mobile application monitoring data replication and identifying the failure situation as possible wherever and whenever you want. And also the app also allows any failure incidents in real time. Okay, these are the key features of ArcForce CDC. All versions of Oracle DBs are supported as source DB for replication at this moment. And as for the target DBs, most commercial DBMS and open source DBs are supported, well, including MariaDB, MySQL, and PostgreSQL. We also support various topologies such as one-to-one, one-to-n, and n-to-one replications. And for security, encryption is supported when data is transmitted, and compare repair functions are also provided after data is replicated to validate the data. And to bring higher performance, we use direct log access method. This method was developed to transmit only the minimal transaction log data to minimize network traffic. In addition, the middleware architecture can minimize the load of source system. And of course, command line interface and graphic user interface type monitoring functions are also included. Okay, compared to other competitors, these are our strong points. The solution has all the user needs, including data validation function, monitoring tools, and data analyzing function. And we also provide middleware to enhance the performance of replication and can be widely used for diverse business logic. Of course, they all know that CDC is a very useful solution, but in reality, customers cannot easily afford to use it because of the high cost. But with all that supported, ArcForce CDC is still reasonably priced compared to other competing products. But let me say, compared to Oracle, We are supplying CDC solution average 40% cheaper than Oracle Golden Gate. And also, Oracle CDC is vendor neutral. So you don't have to depend on specific DB vendors and use whatever DBMS you want and have wide selection from commercial DBs to open source DBs. Now we'll see how Arcor CDC can be applied in business cases. Okay, first, Arcor CDC supports zero downtime migration. We can migrate business DB to mission critical project to heterogeneous DB without downtime. Zero downtime migration is possible on any OS operating system and environments such as Unix to Linux or on-premise to cloud or from storage to another. And our solution is optimized for data migration and replication on cloud. We support data replication in between on-premise to on-premise, cloud to cloud, even on-premise to cloud. And we also can be utilized to construct disaster recovery system and live standby server. Because Arcor CDC transfer only the changed data, we can reduce the traffic and speed up the transmission rate without constructing additional network line. Well, this means we can save construction fee while constructing and connecting distance derived. Okay, query forwarding. As you know, over 50% of resource and source server is used for inquiry task. Arcor CDC is very useful if the user wants to divide server based on task. This can let active server to handle less workload and raise the performance by separating the inquiry tasks. Next, usually when constructing data warehouse, people use ETL solutions to replicate a large bulk data to DW in batch mode during off-service time. But because of this, data warehouse always has data inconsistencies between source and target system. But by using Arcor CDC, we only replicate changed data in real time. So the same data on source system can be maintained at the data warehouse. Okay, last but not least, finally, CDC for big data. Okay, the core function is to replicate data in form of non-relational database management system. We store historical changes in database from the HDF file system or Hadoop. So through this, it is possible to receive changed data history of all DBMS in big data. And we also provide replication of data in the same format of our DBMS to Hive to analyze massive data. Well, we have more than 500 customers and numerous reference cases. These are the customers who used or using our products. Our technologies and products are already being proved in Korea. And this year, we are planning to enter the Vietnam market in full scale. So we are looking for local partners to share our businesses. So these are some benefits we offer to our partners. If you make a contract, we give you 40% of operating margin in basic. But if partner themselves provide technical support directly to the customer, we give extra 10% for technical support margin, which means it makes like maximum 50% for each deal. And of course, we support technical training for engineers to help functional understanding of our products and also provide co-marketing fund for promoting our business. If you have any questions about our business model or partner policies, feel free to ask through our website or by email. Thank you for being here with me today. I was very delighted to talk with you. I really appreciate your being here, and thank you for kind attention. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ms. Kate, for your presentation. And last but not least, I would like to invite Mr. Kyung Kim Ho, the manager from Lemon Healthcare, to share with us on the changes and roles in patient platform in COVID-19. And for this presentation, we will provide the Korean and Vietnamese interpretation. So please choose the suitable language. Mr. Kim, please welcome.
Yes. 안녕하세요. 레몬헬스케에서 마케팅을 담당하고 있는 김경호입니다. 오늘 베트남 한국 ICT 세미나에서 저희 회사를 알릴 수 있는 좋은 기회를 제공해 주셔서 감사드립니다. 오늘 발표를 통해 많은 베트남 기업들과 협업 기회가 이루어지길 기대하겠습니다. 그럼 저희 회사와 제품 소개를 진행하도록 하겠습니다.
Và sau đây tôi xin trình bày những nội dung chính khái quát về công ty và sản phẩm của công ty chúng tôi. Công ty chúng tôi được thành lập vào năm 2017.
의료진용 애플리케이션 등이 있습니다. 보시는 바와 같이 저희 대표님은 SK 그리고 오라클 엔지니어 출신으로 2002년 모회사를 창업 후 현재 레몬 헬스케어 대표이사를 맡고 계십니다. 다음은 키 멤버입니다. 레몬 헬스케어의 키 멤버는 인텔, 오라클 등 주요 글로벌 기업 출신 등과 의사 등의 헬스케어 전문가들로 다양하게 구성되어 있습니다.
Và những nhân sự chủ chốt thì ngoài những nhân sự về chuyên ngành công nghệ thông tin thì còn có cả nhân sự phụ trách về mảng y tế. Công ty chúng tôi thì thành lập vào năm 2017. Tuy nhiên là công ty trước đây là một chi nhánh được tách ra từ Lemon Care năm 2002 và hoạt động 15 năm trong cái lĩnh vực hệ thống dữ liệu và chính thức thành lập công ty chuyên về giải pháp sức khỏe từ năm 2017. Hiện nay thì như ở trên hình quý vị và các bạn có thể nhìn thấy đó là những cái hiện trạng về nhu cầu thăm khám bệnh cả ở Hàn Quốc cũng như là ở Việt Nam. Hiện tại thì các người dân khi mà đến bệnh viện sẽ mất rất nhiều thời gian ngồi chờ và xếp hàng để có thể thực hiện những cái công việc chuyên môn. Nhu cầu thăm khám bệnh của người dân thì ngày càng tăng lên nhanh chóng nhưng mà trang thiết bị nhằm giảm thiểu cái sự bất tiện trong quá trình thăm khám lại không có sự tiến triển. Do đó thì người bệnh thường quan tâm đến những cái vấn đề liên quan đó là giá cả, thời gian chờ đợi và chẩn đoán, đặc biệt là trong giai đoạn Corona-19 hiện nay. Do đó để giải quyết những cái tình trạng như thế này thì Lemon Healthcare đã nghiên cứu phát triển công nghệ ứng dụng với mục đích là giải quyết những cái vấn đề kết nối giữa người bệnh và cơ sở y tế bệnh viện nhằm xây dựng hệ thống chăm sóc sức khỏe thông minh. Và trên hệ thống chăm sóc sức khỏe của Lemon Healthcare thì bệnh viện cũng như là người dân có thể sử dụng những cái ứng dụng, những cái tính năng nhằm giảm thiểu cái sự bất tiện trong quá trình thăm khám. Và Lemon Healthcare thì duy trì hoạt động dựa trên việc cung cấp cloud phân chia theo từng tính năng. Đó là kết hợp với những tính năng như là bảo hiểm y tế, dịch vụ chứng nhận điện tử, dịch vụ thanh toán trên điện thoại và dịch vụ cấp đơn thuốc. Và hiện nay thì chúng tôi cũng đã cung cấp những cái tính năng đầy đủ và dựa trên cái sự lựa chọn bởi các cơ sở y tế, các bệnh viện có tổng trên 70 tính năng và cung cấp cho khách hàng lựa chọn tùy theo nhu cầu. Và khả năng mở rộng việc sử dụng ứng dụng thì được dựa trên cái việc cung cấp những tiện ích cho khách hàng. Bằng cái việc sử dụng cái ứng dụng Lemon Care thì bệnh viện cũng như là bệnh nhân có thể sử dụng những cái tiện ích như là tính năng nhắc lịch, tính năng đặt lịch, tính năng thanh toán, tính năng cấp đơn thuốc, tính năng yêu cầu chi trả bảo hiểm tự động. Thông qua những cái tính năng này thì người dân, bệnh nhân có thể sử dụng tính năng thanh toán trên di động. Sau khi thăm khám thì có thể ngay lập tức thanh toán ở trên điện thoại di động mà không phải mất thời gian để ngồi chờ thanh toán. Điều này sẽ giảm thiểu việc bệnh nhân phải chờ đợi ở cái khu vực thăm khám cũng như là khu vực thanh toán. Hiện nay thì ở Hàn Quốc trước đây đã có rất nhiều trường hợp bệnh nhân đã đăng ký thông tin về thẻ ở bệnh viện để có thể thanh toán một cách dễ dàng. Tuy nhiên là việc đó đã bị dừng lại do gặp phải những cái vấn đề phân tích về thẻ. Và hiện nay thì chúng tôi giải quyết vấn đề này thông qua là không cần lưu thẻ tại bệnh viện mà tự động chuyển sang thanh toán trên di động. Ngoài ra thì còn có tính năng đó là tính năng cấp đơn thuốc ở trên ứng dụng. Sau khi thăm khám bệnh thì đơn thuốc sẽ được chuyển thẳng trực tiếp đến ứng dụng của bệnh nhân. Bệnh nhân hoàn toàn có thể giảm thời gian chờ đợi, sau đó là có thể có thông tin về đơn thuốc của mình. Bệnh nhân có thể sử dụng đơn thuốc điện tử này và lựa chọn hiệu thuốc, sau đó là chuyển cái thông tin về đơn thuốc này cho hiệu thuốc. Hiện nay thì ở Hàn Quốc dịch vụ liên quan đến bảo hiểm y tế rất là phát triển và đa số các bệnh nhân sau khi khám bệnh điều trị thì đều cần các tính năng, đó là tính năng thanh toán, yêu cầu thanh toán từ bảo hiểm và chuyển đổi hình thức yêu cầu chi trả bảo hiểm từ offline sang online. Thì ứng dụng kết nối giữa bệnh viện thông qua Lemon Care gửi thông tin đến người bệnh và thông tin liên quan đến hồ sơ bệnh đến công ty bảo hiểm. Và các công ty bảo hiểm thì sẽ ký hợp đồng với Lemon Care. Với sự kết nối như thế này thì sẽ kỳ vọng hiệu quả tương tự, đó là giảm thiểu việc những cái nghiệp vụ liên quan đến việc yêu cầu chi trả bảo hiểm. Đối với ở Việt Nam thì như thế nào thì tôi cũng chưa rõ, nhưng mà ở Hàn Quốc thì để kết nối cái dịch vụ này thì hoàn toàn có thể xảy ra. Với tính năng đó là hồ sơ điện tử thì người bệnh sẽ không cần yêu cầu cấp những cái giấy tờ liên quan đến như là phiếu thanh toán, đơn thuốc hay là hồ sơ khám bệnh. Bệnh viện sau khi khám bệnh sẽ truyền thẳng trực tiếp vào trong ứng dụng những cái thông tin liên quan đến cá nhân của người bệnh. Ở đây chính là một trong những cái tính năng mà được người bệnh cũng như là khách hàng rất là đánh giá cao. Ở đây là cái tình trạng, cái thống kê về chỉ số cũng như là những cái thông tin về mục tiêu mà Lemon Care đã đề ra. Trên hình là thông số về việc download ứng dụng và hiện các ứng dụng hiện có của Lemon Care. Hiện tại thì có rất nhiều các bệnh viện của Hàn Quốc, bệnh viện quốc gia cũng như là bệnh viện tư nhân hay là phòng khám đang sử dụng cái ứng dụng của Lemon Care. Và tiếp theo đó là mô hình phát triển kinh doanh, đó là chúng tôi hiện đang hướng tới cung cấp những cái ứng dụng cũng như là những cái giải pháp từ bệnh viện và hướng tới là bệnh nhân. Đầu tiên là những cái ứng dụng dành cho phía bệnh viện. Ở bệnh viện thì sẽ cần những cái tính năng mà đặc trưng đặc thù của bệnh viện. Và hiện nay chúng tôi đang cung cấp những ứng dụng dành cho bệnh viện, như là bệnh viện có thể sử dụng ứng dụng để truyền tải lại những cái thông tin cũng như là quản lý thông tin liên quan đến người bệnh. Và chúng tôi cũng có ký kết với nhiều các đơn vị cơ sở y tế để thực hiện việc thống nhất về lưu trữ thông tin liên quan đến bệnh nhân. Và từ những cái ứng dụng mà sử dụng trong bệnh viện thì chúng tôi sẽ phát triển những cái ứng dụng này nhằm đáp ứng nhu cầu sử dụng của người dân, sử dụng theo cá nhân. Và hiện nay thì người dân ngày càng quan tâm nhiều hơn đến bệnh viện đến sức khỏe và những phương pháp chăm sóc sức khỏe. Chính vì thế mà chúng tôi cũng sẽ tổng hợp những cái thông tin liên quan tùy theo độ tuổi, tùy theo nhu cầu. Và chúng tôi cũng dự định là sẽ triển khai những cái giải pháp này tại Việt Nam, và chúng tôi cũng hy vọng là có thể tìm kiếm được những đối tác để kết hợp thực hiện những cái kế hoạch này trong tương lai tại Việt Nam. Và xin cảm ơn quý vị đã lắng nghe.
Thank you, Mr. Kim, for your presentation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for further understanding the business market or culture or the question about our speaker today, we would like to all have the question to our guests by raising hand button or send a message in the chat box, and please welcome the question to our speakers. Yes. Well, it's okay. It seems that there's no question for our speaker today.
No questions? And audience cannot join the Q&A session with the audio, so they have to chat.
Yes, they can raise hand or send the message on the chat box.
So not any questions in chat box.
Yes, at the moment. So okay, so yes, so if you guys don't have no question for our speaker today, or you might have the question later, you can send the question to Vinasa via email at contact@vinasa.org.vn, and we will collect and send to our speakers today. And I would like to end our webinar here. And thank you for the time joining our event today, and hope that we will have the very fruitful information for the seminar, and you will have the better point of view for Korean products and ICT market. And soon we will have the action plan for the long-term cooperation. And thank you, and hope to see you for tomorrow business meeting tomorrow. The whole day you can log in the website to have the meeting with our Vietnamese and Korean company. Thank you and see you tomorrow. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you and bye bye. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
제가 쉬운 거랑 얘기할 때랑 티가 많이 나더라고. 사람들이 그렇게 보더라고요. 이거 인천에서 저기 하는 어떤 거